was not a good night either. The rain started around 12:30 and ended probably about 4 or 5 in the morning. The wind was pretty violent. It would blow around the tent or the tarp, and then it would shake and the water would flick up in here. And then apparently I didn't seam seal, I don't know if you can see that little triangle thing there. Apparently I didn't seam seal those very well because they were all leaking, or maybe they're just like that when it's super rainy. The inside of the tarp was wet. I don't know if it was wetting out or if it was because of how violent the wind was. The other side of the tarp that was on the back side, it was leaning against the hammock. There's a tree over here, so I couldn't get it to be further spread out. I have my raincoat. Probably can't see that very well. My raincoat is on the end of the hammock to try and keep it from getting too wet. Didn't work too well. I woke up probably about 1, and the bottom of my sleeping bag, or the foot end, was soaking wet. I shoved my trekking poles in between the tarp and my hammock just to try and get it from touching it. Didn't seem to work too well. So yeah, that was not a good night. I'm afraid of how wet my underquilt is. Today, I think Carvers Gap is just 3 miles away. Probably go up onto the mountain. Maybe see if I can dry my stuff out, or wait here and see if I can dry my stuff out. Because I'm not in a hurry today. And I have a little bit of signal here. So that is kind of the plan, if you could call it a plan. This is the Ash Gap campsite. It's almost 11. This is the latest I've, I think, ever left a campsite. But it was just really hard to pack up when everything is soaking wet. I was hoping that my shoes wouldn't get any wetter than they were, but I should have known better. This is half a mile from the first peak. It's the second one a mile away. Carver Gap is 2.5 miles away. Not in a super hurry, but nice to be out of this water walkway. This is the site of the former Cloudland Hotel. Perched on this knoll in the style of the late 1880s. Built in 1884, 3-story resort catered to both pleasure seekers and sufferers of hay fever. Straddled the Tennessee-North Carolina state line, and they painted a stripe down the floor. The line was where they could legally consume alcohol and couldn't. Oh no, I'm standing in a giant puddle. This one's kind of hard to read. Travel to the Cloudland was generally by narrow gauge railroad. After about 20 years of serving guests, the hotel shut down. About 1914, the hotel was dismantled and its fine furniture scattered. So there might be foundations somewhere up here. This is the only structure I've been able to find. Seems like a weird place to put a hotel though, because they've got a nice hill back here. So all I see is that one wall looking thing up there. So we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna head up to the shelter, take a little break there, and then I guess hope that the rain doesn't come until much later than it says it will come. There's an old chimney back here. That's probably the most exciting thing. There's a little birdhouse up here. Almost to the shelter turnoff. This is the highest shelter on the AT, Roan Knob, and it's enclosed all the way, which is kind of cool. Ooh. We're a globally rare ecosystem. Spruce fir forest. Shelter's a bit creepy if I'm being honest. I don't know if someone left their shoes and like a shirt and some other piece of clothing there, or if there was someone on the top level, because it almost sounded like there was someone moving around up there, but they didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything, and now I'm going back, because it's supposed to rain later today, and I'm not that far from Carver Gap, but also I'm not going to be able to be picked up until like 3 at the earliest. I guess more like 4 at the earliest. This is the turnoff for the shelter. It goes up there. There's a nice stream running down it, just like there's one running down here. The Carver Gap should only be like 1.5 miles away now. This is like an actual stream coming down here. Oh, and there's more water. Great. Just what I want. Nice little bridge here for one of the many, many rivers we've had to cross today. Although it's probably not usually this wet. Because it started, I think I already said this, but it started raining about 12:30. Stopped at like 4 in the morning, so it was a lot of water. There's a lot of sections coming down here that have had these, I guess, erosion tarp. It's really weird to step on it and feel the different texture compared to just stepping on roots and rocks or just plain dirt. There's water down there, but you can also just slurp it off the trail. You don't even have to look for it. Made it to Carvers Gap. They used to update their sign. They're off by like 20 miles. This is Carvers Gap. There's apparently no cell signal here. You can see the Welcome to North Carolina sign off to the right. Guess I'm gonna take some pictures and hang out because there's not much else I can do. There's a pit toilet right behind those trees there. There's a little field here. And that which I already showed you. This mountain which will have to go up eventually. They seem a lot shorter, but you can see the top, but they also seem longer. Alright, it is almost 4 o'clock. Hoping it won't be more than like another hour and a half, because it's not raining, but people keep looking at me and I don't like that. It starts raining. I'm gonna go hide in the bathroom. So it's pretty nice looking over here. Pretty not nice looking over here.